All right, let's take a look at the scenes on Mombasa Road. Well, nothing much to report. Some good flowing traffic. And these are live shots just right outside our studios here along Mombasa Road. Light traffic. We've been seeing this same picture all morning. And this is traffic flowing to the airport and into town, into the central business district. This road is scheduled to be closed in just about 2 hours from now, from 3 p.m. up until 10 p.m., by which time it is hoped President Barack Obama will have arrived and will be safely settled at his place of residence, wherever that will be. This is what Mombasa Road looks like at this point in time, and that's not the only road scheduled to be closed. The police released that schedule of road closure and inconvenience for Nairobi residents. Waiyaki Way is also one of those roads that was scheduled to close at around 2 p.m. this afternoon, in just about an hour from now. But we'd like to speak to our special projects editor, John Allen Namu, who is out on the road and who has just been by Waiyaki Way. Let's talk to him in just a short while. All right, so we have him online. Good. So our special projects editor, John Allen Namu, has just been on Waiyaki Way. John, good afternoon. It was scheduled to close at 2. Have you been able to use Waiyaki Way this morning?
Going into town, Yvonne, right about 1 o'clock, right before the 1 o'clock bulletin, it seems that the police are trying to shut down traffic going into town. Traffic flowing from town seems to be flowing well, but people who are coming from the Kangemi area coming down, or from who are joining the Waiyaki Way from the Westlands roundabout, are going to be inconvenienced. Some of the roundabouts being partially open for people who are perhaps near the Westlands roundabout to be able to get across and go back up toward Kangemi from Waiyaki Way, on Waiyaki Way, but not going into town anymore.
All right, but the road was scheduled to be closed at 2, so that's an hour earlier than scheduled.
Yes, I tried to ask some of the police officers there why the closure an hour early. No response from them, only saying that they were doing as they were being told to do, no explanation whatsoever. However, people seem to have, perhaps because of the reporting that we've done with respect to the inconveniences expected, people seem to be complying without much incident, no questions being asked by majority of the motorists there. However, it is strange that they would close an hour early, but there is information that the police will be conducting some joint operations with some of their counterparts around that area, around the Arboretum area as well, and in a lead up to a press conference by the Inspector General Joseph Boynet at about 3 p.m.
All right, but tell us what the traffic situation is like, and while you were passing there, how many people seem to have been inconvenienced by the early closure of Waiyaki Way? What's the human traffic like? What's the motor traffic like along this highway?
It's a lot lower than it would be on an ordinary Friday, that's for sure. However, when the roundabout, at least the roundabout, the section of the road leading down into the city center was closed, there seemed to be a slight build-up. Not more than 30 cars at the time that I was there, which was about 10 minutes ago. However, this may have changed now. The traffic generally in the area seems to be quite low. People staying away from Westland or going into the city center, much like different parts of the city.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, okay, thank you very much. John Allen Namu, our special projects editor, who was passing by Waiyaki Way a little earlier on, tells us that is now closed an hour earlier than expected. He's also informing us of a joint operation between our security forces and those from the U.S., a press conference by the Inspector General of Police. That is coming up at around 3 p.m. Do stay with KTN News and we'll update you on that. Let's stay in Nairobi City. Now, although